to contain yourself? It's like right before that fourth down snap as you're just watching these guys.
I'm not gonna lie, I black out during those moments. So it's I get excited for the guys and their success and the things that they're going through. So when they make great plays, I feel like I'm right there with them, and when we fail, I'm right there with them too. So we're all in this together, and it just sometimes you get a little overwhelmed. So
after that first drive, it looked like you went over and you watched film pretty much alone for about 5 minutes. What did you see, and what adjustment did you make after that?
you know what, we just had to get a grasp of what kind of runs we were getting. And then what we could do without disrupting the structure of the defense. And so the adjustments we made at in between series right there was we'll keep it in-house, obviously, but thought the guys did a great job executing it. The coaches did a great job coaching it, and we were able to put all that stuff to bed. So.
How much of it is the mindset that you guys had after you give up that touchdown to just kind of flush it away? Is there something different about the defense this year that allows it to do that better?
Yeah, you know what? There was. We were just talking about it in the locker room. There's no panic. They just ran 9 plays in a row. Pretty cool by him to do that. Talking about Sean, but there was no panic on the sideline. What do we get? What do we need to do? How can we fix this? And the guys went out there and still played and kept that relentless attitude. There was absolutely no panic. Didn't need to change our calls. Didn't need to change the structure of the defense. And we felt good going into this game about our ability to stop the run with our front, just our front, without having to do anything like that 6-1 that other teams have been doing. And so it was good by them the way they came out in the first with that first drive. But I felt like the guys did a really good job adjusting.
What was your favorite fourth down stop?
That first one at the goal line, always. That goal line stop, I look at it as a turnover. You completely swing momentum, and those guys, for them, the grit and the fight that those guys have to be able to stand up there, get that push. It just goes to show the will of this football team, where they had the same situation, and our guys were able to push on a quarterback sneak to get that touchdown, where we were able to push to keep them out of the end zone. It's just, right now, our guys have a great mindset.
I know
They're
you
0 for
downplayed it
9.
during the
They're 0
week.
for 9 on third down, and they didn't convert on fourth down. Is that the kind of stat sheet in your brain?
Right? Absolutely. Again, I thought Jimmy Ward in a couple of those situations did a great job in man coverage, getting sticky, creating tight windows for the quarterback to try to fit stuff through. And then, of course, the quarterback has to sift through all the traffic that's happening in front of him. So kudos to the guys on the back end, creating really good tight coverage where Jared just wasn't able to just step, hitch, and throw. And, of course, obviously the relentlessness of the front just made it uncomfortable for him.
How did you downplay it?
Numbers before here. I mean,
The closest that we've been here, I think we had Denver 1 of 18 last year, I think, which is pretty, but not as good on fourth down. They had a lot of fourth down conversions, but I can't remember a time that has been this good.
I know you downplayed it during the week, but the offense missing so many guys. Did human nature set in today in the sense that you guys knew you would have to have a really good game in order to win this game?
You know what? I think I addressed it in the media. If we just focus on being our best every day, again, with the offense having the injuries, again, it's an external motivator that we just don't want to focus on. We focus in-house, take care of our business, and trust that the offense will take care of theirs. But nobody had to make anything up. Nobody had to go do anything extraordinary. No one had to step out of what their job is. The whole message this week is just do our job, be our best, stay relentless, and good things will happen. And so there was no added pressure to make up for anything that the offense was lacking, because we still think the offense, even with the injuries, will still be able to move the ball and put points on the board.
Robert, was there any communication with Kyle after that first drive or during that first drive, like I got this, or was there anything you needed to communicate to him?
No, Kyle was great. Talk about a guy who's had tremendous growth in these 3 years. Kyle, he got on the headset. Hey, don't panic. Get it fixed. And get these guys right. So Kyle was phenomenal on the headset. He has been all season, and so for Kyle, obviously, him communicating and just keeping us in our element, keeping us focused, and keeping the task at hand, and constantly all the way throughout the game, just talking to us about what he was trying to get done. So thought he was really good.
Two more, please.
Robert, you talked Thursday about you've been asked. You talked about how the defensive line can form the identity of a team. Just the way confident you over the 900 yards. That's good. For 78 today. It just seemed like they could not really get it. Is that happening? They would just lingering opponents kind of
With the front, when it's as dominant as what our guys have been putting on, as relentless as our front has been, I think, like I've said, the only way to combat a great quarterback on defense is with a great pass rush, and that's why those guys are so important to the structure of a defense. And so, we feel comfortable with the coverages that we play that are sound and disciplined. And when you have a rush that's able to make it very uncomfortable for a quarterback, where he's got to wait for guys to get open, where they've got to run their routes, and he's got to hitch and throw, when you've got a rush that can constantly get in his face, it just makes it very uncomfortable. And so for Jared, I'm sure they're going to be able to see stuff on tape. And the guy's an unbelievable quarterback, but credit to our guys and their play today with their relentless pursuit. So.
Last one, and Robert, follow it up. All these guys are young, but they're all kind of going through this together at the same point. The growth and having some early success together. I mean, so what do you think that will do for the rest of the season?
You know what? Confidence is always a big thing when it comes to football to me, especially from a team standpoint. You talk about confidence in some of the great teams that have been out there. They've always had. The great teams in this league always have an identity, and they always have a really tight locker room. They just do. And they're able to feed off one another, offense, defense, special teams, all of them being able to feed off one another. And so when you look at our team and the way it's going, they're only going to get more and more confident because, let's be real, we haven't been winning here the first 2 years. So with every win, you just keep stacking up confidence, you keep stacking up great days, and you keep becoming exactly who you think you are until you become that person. And that's kind of the direction this team's going, and we just got to enjoy this for a couple of hours and get ready for Washington next week. So.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Sherman is on his way.